What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Sports Degenerate Podcast. We are already 2 weeks into the NFL season. It's flying by like it always does, but we got another waiver wire show. So I think there are a lot of guys to talk about and bring up. So this week I'm going to make a separate episode for each position. Quarterback, running back, wide receiver, and tight end will all have a separate episode. So whether you're watching it on YouTube or listening to it on the podcast, on the feed, there's going to be a separate one for each position. So that's how we're going to do it this week. Let's hop into it. I forgot to mention, but like always, no matter what episode you're watching, whatever position you're interested in, all of these players are rostered in less than 30% of ESPN leagues. So I'm using the ESPN site, but whatever site you use, these players should be widely available and able for you to pick up this week. Let's hop into it. So I have three quarterbacks for you guys. I know quarterback isn't usually the most demanded position for waiver wire, but maybe you drafted Tua, who was hurt for multiple weeks. Maybe you have underperforming guys like Herbert and Lawrence. Whatever it is, I have three quarterbacks that I think can help you win. I'm going to start off with my most favorite and go down to my least favorite. My number one quarterback pickup for this week is Derek Carr. He's had over 25 points in both weeks, and the Saints offense looks surprisingly great. One of the best offenses in the league so far. Week 1, they played the Panthers, so maybe it was a fluke. But week 2, man, they made the Cowboys defense, who is a good defense, look like nothing. They put up 40 points on the Cowboys defense, and Derek Carr looked good. So I think at this point, we have to ride Derek Carr until he proves us that he can't perform. And now the Saints play the Eagles in week 3. The Eagles gave up over 20 points to Jordan Love and Kirk Cousins in the first 2 weeks. You got to lock and load Derek Carr into your lineup. Not only is he a waiver wire pickup, I think he is a top 10 quarterback until he proves us otherwise. Number 1 waiver wire pickup for quarterbacks, Derek Carr. My number 2 quarterback for waiver wire this week is Gino Smith. He's had 19 or more points in the first 2 weeks of the season. We've seen Gino Smith on the Seahawks be fantasy relevant for the last couple of years. We all know he has great weapons around him. We always like that for quarterbacks to have good playmakers. He has good running backs in Walker and Charbonnet, elite receiver in Metcalf, and 2 good complementary receivers in Lockett and JSN. And now the Seahawks play Miami in week 3. Miami doesn't have a terrible defense. They're not bad, but they're also not scary. And now Miami doesn't have Tua. So they're probably not going to be the best offensively. I think Gino is going to have the ball a ton, have tons of chances to score. I don't think he has a super elite ceiling. I don't think he's going to give you 30 points. But if you're looking for someone to fill into your lineup that can get you around 18 to 20, I think Gino can definitely do that. Number 2 quarterback for waiver wire, Gino Smith. My number 3 waiver wire quarterback for week 3 is Sam Darnold. So he has had 18 or more points in both weeks this season. And in week 2, against a good 49ers defense, had over 20 points. We all know he has the best receiver in the league in Justin Jefferson to throw to, 2 good complementary receivers in Addison and Naylor, and 2 solid running backs, Aaron Jones and Ty Chandler. And honestly, I think he has one of the best coaches in Kevin O'Connell. Kevin O'Connell's offensive system is flawless for quarterbacks. Every quarterback that has been through the system has put up good fantasy numbers. So I trust the system to put Darnold in a position to score, which we have seen these first 2 weeks. The only reason Darnold is number 3 on my list is just because of the matchup this week. The Vikings played the Texans, and I think the Texans have a scary defense, a scary pass rush. I just am a little bit worried that the pass rush is going to affect Darnold. So if you're looking for someone to start this week, I prefer Gino over Darnold. But long term, if you're looking for someone to put on your bench, I like Darnold better. But if Darnold is the only option available in your league, I still think this week he can get you a solid floor of around 18 points. So those are the 3 quarterbacks I like for this week. Like I said, all under 30% rostered. I also want to bring up some streaming defenses for you guys. I have 3 options for you, all under 30% rostered. My number 1 pickup is the Raiders defense. Last week against the Ravens, they played really well. And now they play the Carolina Panthers, who have struggled to even score a touchdown in every game. Next, I got the Packers, who also have played really well both weeks. They locked up Anthony Richardson last week, and now they play the Tennessee Titans with a turnover-prone Will Levis. And last, Buccaneers. I'm honestly not a huge fan of their defense. They have let up a lot of points, but now they play Bo Nix and the Denver Broncos, and Bo Nix has also been very turnover-prone. So those are three streaming options for you guys for defense. Like I said, I am going to have a separate episode for every position. If you're interested in all positions, check out every single episode. If you're interested in just one position, I have it separated out for you guys. Thanks for watching. I love all of you.